Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to work on our introduction for our DBQ on the Mexican-American War. First of all, I want to just remind you that on Moodle, when you're getting your notes, they're supposed to be done for today, but there is all kinds of resources here for you. First, just about the Mexican-American War, and then there's a lot of resources here in terms of the DBQ. Video where it's read aloud and discussed, a little thing here which helps you with some of the reasons, model, and so there's many different things there to help you. So you're going to want to have your documents out and the handout that's the frame for helping you write this DBQ. We have already looked at our thesis statement, we've looked at some of those things, and so now we're just going to put some of those things together. In terms of the hook, quotes are usually pretty effective. You could take a quote right off of one of your documents if you want. So there's our thing here. You could look at one of the documents and pull a quote off of there. That's not a problem. Or you can go online and search for quotes. I actually did a search for Mexican-American War quotes. I Googled it and I came up with these two different examples of textbooks. So I might use this one here that says Mexico lost in this war a third of her territory, and I could use that as a quote. And again, this is a from a textbook, Lessons in National History. So those would be some examples of things, places where you could get quotes. Also, one of the things that is on Moodle is an example DBQ. You might want to refer to that. I think I put this together last year, so I'm going to actually steal a quote right from that from last year. And here we go. Don't spend too long on the hook. Get it done. Get something quick. Just don't spend hours and hours trying to look for something. All right, the background is just kind of making a transition between the hook and the thesis statement. And so I'm going to say the Mexican-American War was fought between 1846 and 1848. I'm going to go back and read this then. So, although most Americans believed in manifest destiny, if you could agree exactly on which lands the United States was supposed to govern. And I'm going to just put a little kind of a connector here. This caused a conflict with Mexico, resulting in war. It makes it a little more smoother when I read it. And then it says the Mexican-American War was fought between 1846 and 1848. Remember, notice how I go back and read it aloud, and I'm checking to see that it sounds correct. Now these will all go together, this phrase and then this right here. It's all going to go together eventually when we get it on our thing. You can put the question in if you want. Sometimes that helps you kind of focus your thesis. You don't have to. It's up to you. The question to be asked is we've been practicing that and talking about that, so that should be just in your head. All right, and then the thesis statement. We practice some. If you go back to your sheet right here, this is where we actually practiced using some more sophisticated thesis statements. I'm going to check out my model. I can't remember what I did there. Okay. Now, that's a pretty simple one from last year. You guys are more sophisticated this year, as you can see. So let's take, I'm going to just take this one right here. I'm going to use this one right here. I've got to add on to this, obviously. Here I am, down here. All right. Obviously, a while is not going to be underlined when I actually write it. Gained a great deal of territory. The war with Mexico was not justified. And that's my thesis statement there. Now I've got to look at my roadmap, and this is where I'm going to tell my reasons why it was not justified. The reasons the war was wrong include the U.S. The U.S. was in disputed territory. We were greedy, maybe we'll say. And Mexico had never formally recognized Texas's independence. And I'm going to stop there. You can have a fourth one if you want. That's absolutely fine, or you can have 3. It's up to you, depending on what grade you're going for. All this is going to go in the introduction then, and you actually need to write that on this sheet right now. Put it all together, and then this is what you're going to check off with me. If you get it checked off with me ahead of time, you do not need to write it on Friday. So if I check this off, if everything looks good, you don't have to write it on Friday. All right, so good luck getting your introduction written.